As a RuneScape player, I can say that we all have that one random skill that we grind between questing or raiding. Apparently, mine is fishing, which I find funny because I think I might have been fishing maybe 2 times in my real life. I don't know how or why I got here, but here we are. I compare this to an addiction where no one sets out to be an addict. It just kind of happens between the experimenting and piss poor decision making, and I apparently have made some piss poor decisions. Looking online, you can find guides to maximizing the XP during your grinds, but I didn't do that. I spent the majority of my grind at 2 different activities, and one is obviously much better than the other. Let me give you a little context before we get into the video. You see, I am an adult with an adult job. In 2020, when we were all at home, a lot of us had to work from home. I hated this personally because I am a get up and go type of person, so I needed a goal. I needed something to distract me, something to really consume my life. For some reason, I fell onto RuneScape. Now, I've played it here and there throughout my life, but never seriously played it. So I set up my work PC right here and my old laptop right next to it, and I played RuneScape in the background. And I don't know if it was the simplicity of it or maybe it was the dopamine hit, but regardless, I was hooked. Since then, I've been cruising around Gielinor. I've been avoiding guides and the wiki due to me just wanting to explore and discover things for myself. So with that context, you can understand on why I did this one activity over and over again for so long without research until I hit a wall and I couldn't do it any longer. And that activity was... Fishing trawler to me is some of the most boring content in RuneScape. Just doing this video and getting footage really and deeply hurt me to return to this 10th circle of hell. I get why people do it. It is one of the easier ways to get the angler outfit. If you get all the pieces, you get a boost in your fishing XP while you wear it. Those 1 in 12 odds are actually pretty good compared to grinding for other things in RuneScape, but sometimes RNGesus makes some people really work for it. When I started fishing trawler, I was only missing the hat and boots, I believe. I can't remember where I got the other pieces, but they were in my bank. Fishing trawler can be boarded at Port Khazard, and I hope I'm saying these right, but I'm probably not. You wander on down, talk to Murphy, and hop aboard. According to the wiki, this was added July 28th, 2003. Level 15 fishing is required to get rewards, but you can participate at any level. There are a few different ways one can contribute to saving the trawler from the Kraken. Also, you doing things to save the ship adds to your contribution, and depending on this number, it'll put you into the running for a certain loot pool. You can stay below deck and flex tape slap swamp paste into any leaky hole, and I'm impressed I said that perfect on the first try. This, to be honest, is the fastest way to hit the max contribution, and all you have to do is this. Yeah, I just sat here and clicked over and over again. That's it. Now, for some, that's easy experience, and they don't mind. For me, I just require a little more mechanical stimulation. Oh, sometimes you can use a bucket to bail out some water when you're below deck, so there's that. Above deck, you can fix the fishing net with some rope, wait for a tentacle attack and strike back, or repair a railing. There, I really explained everything for Fishing Trawler. It would honestly only take a play or two to get the mechanics down to a science. When asking people why they do this activity, I can never get a straight answer. Now look, I understand that this content is old, and at the time Jagex was probably testing the waters, no pun intended, on what you could do with other players in RuneScape, but looking at it now, I mean, to boil it down in the simplest of ways, it's lame. Now, let me make a little suggestion on how it could be tuned or how it could be updated. We have to get some more action on the top deck. The primary mechanic at this time is waiting, and that isn't enjoyable. What if, when the Kraken's tentacle attacks, it drops these little gross mollusks or weird violent polyps that some players need to fight them as the other handle the tentacle. Have enough of these little boogers land on the deck so players have something to fight until the Kraken returns. Below deck, I don't really know what to add. Maybe more of a reason to bail out more water, or maybe have some of those monsters, or maybe a different form of them that you have to scoop up and you have to bail them out of the ship. I don't know, but I've spent so many hours here that I really don't ever wish to return, because if you see my fishing level, I know, right? Pretty impressive. About 25 of those levels were all gained on Fishing Trawler. Because you see, I enjoy the act of fishing, but I spent a lot of time at the fishing guild, and I just didn't want to sit there and do that anymore. I still wanted fishing XP, but I wanted something a little more engaging. And yeah, I've done barbarian fishing and that, but I don't know. I kind of need to just set up in the way of almost like an activity, which is the next thing we're going to talk about, and it's the activity I really like. This guy right here is Temperos. This activity got added to RuneScape in 2021. I didn't discover it until 2023 or 2024, so up until this time, my days were spent in the fishing guild, or the occasional barbarian fishing, as I previously stated. I feel it takes some concepts and structure from Fishing Trawler and expands on them, in my opinion. The spirit anglers, the only force against this moist behemoth, are set up in the ruins of Unka. Unka? Yeah, we'll go with that. You must be at least fishing level 35 and a member to participate in this activity. When you start the activity, the main objective is to catch fish, cook them, and fire them out of the cannon up here on the ship. And once his energy goes all the way down, you attack this little pool here. Now, cooking the fish, some people debate on this. When you have a cooked harpoon fish, it only does 5 extra damage to Temperos. So it's kind of just depending on what your method is on getting the maximum contribution in this activity. This all sounds pretty easy, but there are hazards in between that keeps you on your toes. During this routine of catching fish, cooking them, putting them in cannons, firing, and then running down in the pool and stabbing Tempe when his energy gets to 0, Tempe can actually summon a massive wave that will knock you over and sweep away some of your activity-specific items. Don't worry, if you do this activity and you forget that you have good loot in your inventory, you're not going to lose it. You're only going to lose either fish, buckets, ropes, hammers, or sometimes a harpoon. You know, all activity-specific items, those get pulled away, but nothing else. You can avoid losing your items by tethering yourself to this post with a rope, and once the wave passes, you get right back to it. Sometimes the post or even the mast of the ship it's another place you can tether yourself to, will break, and all you gotta do is fix it with a hammer. Sometimes Tempe can call in a few angry storm clouds. Use the buckets of water, put these out before the fire spreads. Yeah, this fire can burn up some of your activity-specific items. Are you catching up on the similarities yet? Are you catching up on the pattern? Tempe's final type of attack is a torrent that he fires at cannons that launch all the harpoon fish. It shuts the cannon down for a moment, and you can just go to the other cannon. That's it. These elements blend nicely and create an enjoyable activity. I know that these things are called mini games, but when you say mini games, all I can think of is Mario Party, so I call these activities. And according to the wiki, technically Temperos is considered a boss. So there's that. There's just enough interaction for that itch in my brain to be scratched. I juggle between the fishing, the cooking, the tethering, and the harpooning. I can participate and watch what Amberlynn Reed is up to, And for this type of game, that's important. I want to be able to do this activity, and I want to be able to enjoy some trash internet at the same time. Level up my fishing and find out what this hog's all about. Now, if you'd like a new fishing outfit, you can get one from this merchant here. You just need the original angler's outfit and some spirit flakes. It's a drop from Fighting Tempe, which can be picked up right here outside the dock. Trade your pieces, and the only bonus that it gives you is when you do Tempe runs, you no longer require a rope. For some reason, these folks with their magical spirit angler suits can just tether on to things, so that's nice. I actually prefer the spirit angler's outfit compared to the regular one. The regular one, it's fine. It just really looks like I love fishing. Fishing's my personality. Realistically, fishing will be my first 99. I just wanted to make this video so I could complain about fishing trawler. And don't worry, in the background behind the scenes, I am working on that other video talking about Brighter Shores paid episodes and what content you can expect from that.